hard to live there. It's a mining town, and the amount of brutality in that place stored there in time is just very intense. I'll get back to that because I don't think I've fully tied up all the loose ends for that. After the dream, we ended up driving through on the way to Reno to see a friend. And it immediately like clicked. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is the place. What is this place called? What is, I recognized driving through. Now, the ghost town itself is set off a little bit from the road. But the part that I remembered was right there, I think on the 395. Is it the 395? It's what the 14 turns into after you leave Mojave. I've come here with the intention of, originally I was intending to make a much longer piece, but of course in order to do that, it's better to go to the place and see what it's like actually, and the energies of the place. Notwithstanding, it's not the same thing as ghosts or the supernatural. It's like the energy that is within a place. And that can be cumulative. Like, one person might have had a specific experience in a place, but when a lot of people have a common experience, the energy is that much more very palpable. You can almost reach out and touch it. And that was part of why I wanted to do this, to tap into this and create art based around my experiences. Not just with I wouldn't call it paranormal, really. The Genii Loki, the spirits of the place. I tried to come up here last weekend. I came up on Saturday. And I had a great time. But I was planning to stay. And I had a total meltdown. We're talking like, didn't stay at the hotel I had booked. Threw the hotel key out the window. As I was driving through Lee Vining. Theodore Hoover, who was the brother of Herbert Hoover, who went on to become president, they had been speculating in mining at some point, probably in the 30s, maybe. His house is right next to the stamp mill. I don't know why. I was kind of out of it the first time I came up here. But when I saw it today, I was immediately like, I used to live there. Now, I'm not talking about like past lives or anything like that, but I had an immediate connection to that building. And thinking about it in the context, that would have been like one of the loudest places to live. It would have never been quiet. Which is a contrast from the dream that I had, where everything was very, very quiet.
The dream too,
the very end of the dream, and the thing that made it terrifying. I spent a lot of my time in this general store. Now the general store isn't really there in the same way that it was in my dream. There's, a few of the things that get lost. And it was like maybe a mile up the road from this general store. And you had to only be outside during the daytime. Because anytime you were outside at night, you could literally disappear. I was hanging out at this general store and it got a little bit too late. And they were like, well, you can sleep here, or you can try to walk back. We can't go with you. And none of us really have cars, because it was that kind of a situation. People just walk wherever, and everybody's done with whatever they're going to do by sundown. And I guess we could put a bookmark there. Everybody getting everything done that we need to do by sundown. See how that plays out later. And I found myself out in the dark, and I was almost 10 steps of my Airbnb. Snatched. It was terrifying. We'll be staying to Sunday night. I brought a lot of like soap pieces so I can just rinse them in vinegar and hang them up to dry. Writing music with a synthesizer, so it's not like I'm trying to be totally Wild West. I'm trying to authenticate my experience by maintaining certain rituals. But we can talk about that later. I don't want to get into that right now. I think that pretty much sums it up though.